What is going on, guys? It is John from Pistons Territory, and I believe I have found the perfect fit for the Detroit Pistons in the 2023 NBA Draft. There's a man by the name of Jarace Walker, and let me tell you, I absolutely want the Pistons to draft him in this upcoming draft. Before we get into this, let me just get this out of the way. Obviously, I want the Pistons to draft Wimby, but the chances of that happening are very, very slim to none. And to be honest, if they do draft Scoot Henderson, he's going to be a guy they're just going to trade at the end of the day. And you also have the unfortunate news of the Brandon Miller situation. So I'm kind of out on the Pistons drafting him. Obviously, we'll have to see what comes out with that. But for me, I'm looking at Jarace Walker. It's a potential top 5 pick, and I absolutely love his fit on the Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons have the third worst defensive rating in the NBA. They only have a better defensive rating than the San Antonio Spurs and Houston Rockets, and I think Jarace Walker could go a long way in helping establish the Pistons as a defensive powerhouse as they once were. Front court of him and Jalen Duren defensively would be absolutely fantastic and really, really fun to see. And I think it could really, really help the Pistons establish the defense we all know they want to have. 30 games played for the Houston Cougars this year. He is shooting 48% from the field, 36% from three, but only shooting 62% from the free throw line, which does worry you a little bit. 11 points a game, averaging 1 block and 1 steal a game as well with 7 rebounds. It really comes down to how good you think Jarace Walker could be offensively. I don't really project him as a guy that's going to be able to create his own shot consistently at the NBA level. He's a guy that I think is going to get a lot of his baskets on catch and shoot opportunities and rolling to the rim. Jarace Walker is shooting 36% from 3 at college this year, but like I said, 62% from the line. Free throw percentage is a really good indicator of how good a player is at shooting, and I would be a little worrisome about that stat. I did have a player comparison for Jarace Walker, but I will admit it is a little ambitious and a little bit out there, and I don't really think it's that accurate, but I do kind of see the comparison, and that is Paul Millsap. I don't think he's ever going to be as good offensively as Paul Millsap. If you think of Paul Millsap, he was arguably the first option or second option on an Atlanta Hawks team that made the conference finals. I don't think Jarace Walker will ever be able to do that for the Detroit Pistons, but I do think offensively he could be good enough to be around a 15-point-per-game scorer in this league. If you look at Millsap's defensive versatility and rebounding, I think it's something we could see out of Jarace Walker at the NBA level. While he may not be the sexy name Pistons fans are hoping for, as bad as a season as the Detroit Pistons have had, he might not be the compensation prize you want, but I think Jarace Walker is going to be a really, really solid player in the NBA. I don't think he quite has all-star potential, but he will be a really, really good starter in this league and a great fit with this Detroit Pistons young core. So let me know if you want the Pistons to draft Jarace Walker. Have you been paying attention to him at Houston this year? And if you don't want him to draft Jarace Walker, well, then who's another player you want them to draft? Obviously, other than Wimby, Scoot Henderson, or Brandon Miller. Are you looking at the Thompson brothers? Are you looking at Cam Whitmore? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to follow me, Jay Kloss, on 29's Twitter for some great Pistons content, and I will see you guys in the next one.